right, good morning everybody. It's your boy student Dr. Malachi Wright, and I'm back at you all with another video. And today's video is kind of like an untraditional type of video, honestly, and that's mostly because today I am going to be skipping dental school. Yes, I said that correct. I'm going to be skipping dental school. For many of you all who do not know, I am a D1 at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. It's February the 29th, I believe, which should be the last day of February for this year. And today I'm skipping dental school. So what does that look like and what does that mean? So I was invited to sit on a podcast for my school that I graduated from, which was Prince George's Community College. For many of you all who don't know, I'm a big proponent of community and giving back to community. One of the things my brother and I do annually is host a scholarship. It's called the Wright Brothers Endowment Scholarship, where we give funds to people mostly who go to a community college, people who are just really inspiring their community. And I'm a big person when it comes to giving back to communities. So I have a posters hanging up in this school for the Alumni Success Campaign at the age of 24, which I was 23 at the time, but which is super fantastic. I always try to give back to the institutions like Towson and PG and eventually University of Maryland School of Dentistry, like I do now. So the podcast starts at 11, so I had to get there a little earlier than that. It's about an hour drive, but they wanted me to be on a podcast where I'm going to be talking about success in the STEM field, more specifically in medicine, and more specifically than that in dentistry, and exactly what I believe needs to be at the forefront of your mind to be competitive, productive, and really overall a great applicant when it comes to applying to these programs. And then also a little bit of my life journey, what keeps me motivated, stuff like that. So yeah, as of right now, as you all can obviously see, I'm sweating pretty heavily. It's around 7:35, 7:40. I just left the gym. Got me like a good hour, maybe hour 15 workout in this morning. For those who don't know, my schedule typically looks like wake up at either 5:50, 6 o'clock, get ready, get my lunch out, make up my bed, all that good old stuff, pack my bag, head to the gym. One of the biggest proponents that really weighed into my decision for going to University of Maryland School of Dentistry was the fact that they have online lectures. And what I mean by this is they use a platform called MediaSite. And on MediaSite, I can log in real time and watch the lecture real time without having to be in the lecture room. Now, I don't necessarily prefer this, and I say that because when you're in the classroom, you have questions, you get to ask questions, you get to sit next to your friends or whatever. If you miss something that the professor said, they can just tell you what they said and you can look at their notes or whatever it is. So it's definitely more collaborative. But for today, and for the sake of being on this podcast, it's something that I'm just going to do. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty busy day. Obviously, we start the day at 7 o'clock today. We'll probably end the day again at 7 o'clock today. And just go from there, But yeah, got a great workout in. It's always a great day when we start the day with a great workout. One of the biggest things and one of the biggest pieces of advice that I'm going to give to a lot of students is don't doubt yourself and don't doubt your abilities. And what I mean by this is, yesterday I was just sitting down and I was watching another YouTuber. I forget what his YouTube channel is, but he was talking about the DAT scores you need to get into certain schools. And I was thinking about making a video on this because that's not necessarily true. The average for schools that get in, or DAT scores that you can get into certain schools, is accurate. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't get into that school if you don't have a certain DAT or GPA, honestly. So for example, right now, the average DAT to get into a school like Columbia University is a 27 on the DAT. I'm 100% a living example. I'm 100% a living example that you do not need a 27 on a DAT to get into Columbia School of Dentistry. I got 21 on the DAT, and granted, I did get a really great score in the organic chemistry section, and granted, I did have a really great GPA, but I still got into that school, and I got a scholarship to UPenn. I think their average DAT is like a 24 or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's not necessarily true that you need these crazy 97th percentile DAT scores to get into these schools. So don't think that you have to be perfect to get into certain programs. Personally, I really do believe, and I tell students that I consult with all the time, it's how you elucidate your story, it's how you elucidate your journey, and it's how you really describe and holistically the holistic aspect of your application. And what I mean by holistic, because we hear this all the time, I mean, what are you doing outside of school to show that you're driven, that you're committed, that you're involved in the community, that you are a sincere and hardworking person, that you're committed, you're dedicated, and you're resilient, honestly. So those are some things I just wanted to mention for the sake of time right now. Watch out for that video that's coming out in the near future. But I'm going to head inside, take a shower, and get my bag. Then we're going to head on the road, all right? See you then. All right, so I'm going to check to see how long it's going to take me to get down there. Hopefully it doesn't take me longer than like an hour, honestly. It's the morning time, so it's probably going to be a little bit of traffic. And that's cool. Not like I don't have to watch a whole bunch of lectures anyway. So, like I was saying in the car, we're going to pull up Media Site. When we pull up Media Site, we're going to make sure that we get the lecture pulled up and just watch that. But the last thing I want to say about what I was saying earlier was the fact that if you're applying to dental school, or even if you're already in dental school, or even thinking about applying to dental school, definitely strive to do your best on anything that you do, because your name is attached to that. But at the end of the day, don't count yourself out. When I applied to Columbia, I thought I wasn't going to get in. When I applied to UPenn, I thought I wasn't going to get in. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get into a lot of places when I applied to dental school, because everything is just so variable. Everything's up in the air. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to how you're able to elucidate your story, and if you're able to make somebody feel and understand why your passion lies in dentistry and how much you're willing to work to get there. I got some exciting news yesterday, in which you guys will see on my channel in a little bit. But let's just say a resource that I use to study for the DAT, I'm also going to be partnering with them for another endeavor as well. And you guys will see a little bit about that. But yeah, we're going to be partnering with a big company in dentistry. Super exciting. When I first started this YouTube channel, obviously my main goal was to just help people, elucidate some of the things that I heard from student Dr. Eli, who helped me, but then also, just make sure that people are aware of what opportunities are out here, and 100% the fact that if I can do this, so can you. I started out at community college. I did horrible in my science classes in high school. I barely even showed up. And I was still able to get into Ivy League programs. These are programs that people work their whole entire lives to get into. These are programs where I was competing against people who went to private school all their lives. I went to public school, and not the best public schools at that. So it really doesn't matter where you start. It's about how much you're willing to work and how you're willing to finish. And that's the biggest thing. So you guys know, man, before any type of interview, we got to rag up. That's just a fact. Before anything, you have to rag up. So we got the rag on. You can't forget that. My ID. This is the fit for today, guys. You know I love this sweater. So we're going to wear it on the podcast, represent University of Maryland proud. And I'm about to head out of here. So I'll see you all in the few. Nah, no lie, the amount of days I spent driving down this road to come to school in the morning in 2018, 2019, 2020 is insane. My God. I remember I used to be driving down here to go to take my exams, because the way that my community college did it, at least, you could take exams on like the weekends. And I would come up here and take my exam. I have the weekend to take my exam for like microbiology. So I'll come up here and I'll take my exam on like a Saturday or even a Sunday. And man, the amount of stress and anxiety I had driving this way to come take my exam was absurd. Being back over here right now after accomplishing so much, and still not where I really want to be, but definitely making substantial progress is amazing. So if you're in that phase in your life right now, your first year of college, or if you're struggling to get through a course or whatever it is, just know everything's going to work out in your favor as long as you stay consistent, stay dedicated, stay disciplined, and just continue to do the work. My brother and I, who's also L1 in law school, we both started over here. My uncle actually lives in those apartments over there. So yeah, if we can do it, anyone can, honestly. Hopefully you guys didn't see me just run that light. All right, y'all, so we just got to the school, and I'll tell you this much, man. Every time I come to Prince George's Community College, I get so excited. And you all just don't know. Like, I have such a strong, deep love for this school. And it's mostly because this is where I learned how to fight. This is where I learned how to be resilient. This is where I learned how to strive for greatness. This is really where I learned how to be the person who I am today. And I don't take that lightly, because this school, the relationships I was able to build with the faculty, the relationships I was able to build with the students that went here, is definitely one that has been life-changing. And the funny thing is, this was the school that I did not want to go to. For those who are from PG County, a lot of people call Prince George Community College the 13th grade. And, being in high school, I wasn't the worst student, but I wasn't the best student either. And I had some scholarship offers to go play football in college, but none of them were full rides. And coming from a large family, that just wasn't optimal. So I decided to come here because they gave me a full scholarship. And I was really discouraged because my guidance counselor, she told me, she was like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea for you, Malachi. A lot of people get trapped in these community colleges. It takes them a long time to get out. And she wasn't lying. A lot of people do get trapped, but if you use it for the right reasons and you really really involve yourself in the community, you'll get a lot out of it. So honestly, all that to say, if you're thinking about going to community college, I 100% recommend it. It's the best decision I ever made in my life. And the funny thing is, this was a school that I really didn't want to go to, but this is a school that I enjoyed the most. And I say that I've enjoyed this school the most because the memories, the hard work, it really showed me and taught me what resilience, what motivation, what hard work was. And it was mostly through the people who I encountered, the 50 and 60-year-olds who were going back to school to talk about or to learn about ways that they can provide better for their family and not lose their job because of a certification that they needed or something of that nature. It really showed me what real life was, taught me how to fight. And I had some of the best and hardest professors here, believe it or not. One professor, my microbiology professor, Dr. Rollins, he's the toughest professor I've ever had in my life. And that's including all the professors who I've encountered so far in professional school for dental medicine as well. So, he really set the standard high. And I think that, him, in addition to other people at this institution, really made sure that I was on track and on top of my stuff. So overall, I'm going to head inside, stop talking so much. I have about 30 or 40 minutes. The funny thing is, there was traffic coming down here, so it took me about an hour, 15 minutes to come down here, but that's all right. We watched one lecture for GPAT, and then the rest we just were cranking some music, man. I think it's really good to take a break, not be too overwhelmed about school. So we're going to head in here, organize the day a little bit, figure out everything that we need to do, and then we're going to get to this podcast. And I don't know, I might walk around the school for a little bit. Y'all know me, man. I love going around the school, trying to see if they hung up any more of my posters. Who knows? I got to check out some of these buildings. And just, reminisce a little bit. So I'll see you all in a few. They're getting that building up right there. That's the new Liberal Arts building. This is the new Performing Arts building. That's the Health Sciences building. So they're building up pretty good.
Little crazy.
All right, y'all, so similar to always, I forgot that I was supposed to be vlogging today. But yeah, I just got finished with that interview. It went pretty well. Once it posts, I'm gonna let you guys know, link it in the description so you guys can see a little bit what we were talking about, which basically is just some general stuff. my journey, my path, why dentistry, different things of that nature. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was forgetting the questions that were being asked when he was asking them. And I had to have him repeat the question a couple of times, but anyway, I think I'm either gonna head back up to the school, or I'm going to swing by my brother's house. I mean, not my brother's house, my mom's house, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we got a lot going on today, so I think I might just head up to the school, honestly, and then get some studying done, watch some lectures, all that good old stuff. So I'll see you all in a few. We're out, leaving PGCC. All right, y'all, so like fast forward 45 to 50 minutes. Now I'm back up at University of Maryland, Baltimore, and I'm heading to class right now. It's like 12:56. I have class at 1 o'clock, so perfect timing. I was gonna skip the whole day, but then I was like, you know what? We got out here a little early. Let me just head back to the campus, and that's what I did. So I'm on my way to class right now. Super windy today. This class is GPAT, so we have an exam in this class next week. So I was like, hey, why not go to class? So I'll see you all when I get inside.
You can see from this image here that where the arrow is, that you can see that constriction of that one artery.
All right, y'all, so I went upstairs to study for a little bit for GPAT. Right now it's about 6:40. I'm leaving the school right now, trying to get home by 7 so I can make this meeting for my IPE group at 7 o'clock, and then hop on the other meeting at 7:30. So hopefully that works out. I'm probably about maybe 30 minutes away from home, so I might be joining a little late, but overall we're gonna try to get that done. So I'm gonna go back to the garage to get out of here, and then I'll see you all when I get back to the crib. It's freezing outside, man. It's almost March. I mean, at least 50 degrees. It's probably like 30 right now, but anyway, we're heading out to school. All right, so I guess you guys are probably wondering, what am I doing in this totally different car? And that's mostly because I went home and I did my sessions in terms of my meetings. So I had a meeting at 7, then I had a meeting at 7:30, and then I left to go and get some gas in my girlfriend's car and went grocery shopping for the next week. I know you guys see that maintenance required sign on my girlfriend's car. That's because it's time to change the oil and do the tune-up and all that good old stuff. So I'll probably get that done during spring break on her car and my car. So yeah, we got the groceries. It's about 9 something right now. And we're gonna head back home, unload the groceries, obviously, and then probably start editing this video before we head into bed and get some sleep for tonight. I typically try to get at least 8 hours of sleep every night, and I say that because, you know, well, not 8, more like 7 or 6. And that's super important because you're not going to be able to have efficient gains in the gym or even be able to fully form or perform at your fullest capacity if you don't have the correct or adequate amount of sleep. So once I park, I'm going to give you guys the salutations for the rest of the night, and I'm going to end this vlog. All right, y'all, so I just parked. Thank you all again for staying tuned on this video all the way until the end. If you have stayed tuned until the end, please be sure to hit this like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video with a friend. I'm going to be giving a special announcement in the next coming days about a partnership that I have coming up, so stay tuned for that particular video. And yeah, this was a day in the life of a dental student. I guess now it's like partially skipping school because I did end up going to school anyway and then studying for my exam after that with the boys. So at the end of the day, thank you all so much for watching this video. Please be sure to share this with your friends. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for any new videos or content or anything like that, stuff that you guys want to see. We have Operative Lab and all that good stuff right now. I'm going to try to bring you guys to the school a little more so you guys can see like literally what the school looks like, different things of that nature, because I was really craving that stuff when I was thinking about applying to school. You know, you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school, and you don't really know what it looks like on the inside unless you come take a tour. So I'm going to try to get some content out for you all in regard to that. Like I said before, we just got back from the grocery store. I'm going to go in here, warm up some food, and do all that good old stuff. Just a last piece of like motivation for those who are out here. You know, Dillon School, you're gonna have some early mornings, you're gonna have some late nights. You guys saw me up at 5:50, 6 o'clock this morning, just getting back now, so around like 10 o'clock or whatever. But you know, it's okay to be productive, and it's okay to help out those people who you love. My girlfriend usually does the grocery shopping, but I've been pretty much doing the grocery shopping for the past like 2 or 3 weeks. She came with me last week to go grocery shopping, but you know, she was feeling a little overwhelmed with having to do that, so that's perfectly fine. You gotta like really make sure that you help out the people who you love in your life and stuff like that. So if that means I gotta go to the grocery store on a Thursday night, I think it's Thursday night, then that's perfectly fine with me. But yeah, at the end of the day, stay motivated, stay consistent, stay true to yourself. I think I'm gonna come out with the vlog talking about how I work while in Dillon School, like what that schedule looks like, to kind of provide you all with some context behind that as well. And not to get too lengthy, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.